Every night, the universe puts on the greatest illusion in existence. Thousands of stars sparkle overhead, peaceful and almost close enough to touch. To our eyes, they look like tiny lights hanging from the same dark ceiling. But that simple view hides a terrifying truth. Those points of light are separated by distances so vast that the human brain simply isn't built to understand them. In fact, if space were shown at its true scale, almost everything you know would disappear into endless emptiness. If you've ever wondered just how big the universe really is, you're in the right place. Today, we're stripping away the misleading images, shrinking impossible distances into something your mind can actually picture, and revealing why astronomers themselves often struggle to describe the true size of the cosmos. And here's the shocking part. The farther we travel from Earth, the less meaningful our everyday measurements become. Kilometers become useless. Even the speed of light starts to feel slow. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why the universe doesn't just challenge our imagination, it completely breaks it. 1. Earth feels huge. Until you leave it from where we stand, Earth feels enormous. Flying across continents takes hours. Crossing oceans can take an entire day. Circumnavigating the planet by ship once took months, making Earth seem almost limitless to ancient civilizations. But the moment we leave the atmosphere, that illusion begins to collapse. The International Space Station circles Earth at an altitude of roughly 400 kilometers. While that sounds incredibly far away, it's actually closer than the distance between many major cities. Astronauts aboard the station are still firmly within Earth's gravitational grip. They're not deep in space, they're practically skimming the surface of our planet. Shrink Earth to the size of a basketball. The moon becomes a tennis ball sitting nearly 8 meters away. What's surprising isn't the size of either object, it's the enormous empty space between them. Almost every image you've seen of the Earth and Moon places them much closer together than they actually are. Now imagine driving there. At highway speed without stopping, reaching the moon would take over 5 months. Light, the fastest thing in the universe, makes the same journey in just over 1 second. Already, our intuition has failed. That single fact changes the way you think about reality. Even inside our own solar system, we're never seeing the present, we're always seeing the past. And despite being so far away, the sun is still the closest star to Earth. Everything humanity has ever accomplished exists within an unimaginably tiny neighborhood surrounding one completely ordinary star. 2. The solar system is mostly empty space when people picture the solar system. They usually imagine the planets lined up close together, just like the diagrams in school textbooks. Those illustrations are useful for learning the order of the planets, but they're completely misleading when it comes to scale. If the planets were shown at their true distances, most of them wouldn't even fit on the same page. Mercury circles close to the Sun, followed by Venus, Earth, and Mars. Then comes an enormous gap before Jupiter appears. Beyond Jupiter lie Saturn, Uranus, and finally Neptune, orbiting nearly 4.5 billion kilometers from the Sun. Sunlight that reaches Earth in 8 minutes needs more than 4 hours to reach Neptune. Imagine waiting 4 hours for daylight after sunrise. And Neptune isn't the edge of the solar system. Only recently has Voyager entered interstellar space after traveling farther than any human-made object in history. If our solar system were the size of an entire country, Voyager has only just crossed the border. Now imagine aiming that same spacecraft toward the nearest star. At its current speed, Voyager would need around 70,000 years to arrive. 70,000 years. When that journey finally ended, every nation alive today would exist only as forgotten archaeology. Languages would have evolved beyond recognition. Civilizations would have risen and fallen countless times. humanity itself might look completely different. And yet, in cosmic terms, that destination is still only our nearest neighbor. The true scale of the universe is only beginning to reveal itself. The Milky Way is so large that light needs 100,000 years to cross it. By now, the solar system already feels unimaginably large. But in reality, it's only a tiny island floating inside something far greater. Our home galaxy, the Milky Way, contains between 100 and 400 billion stars. If our solar system were reduced to the size of a coin, the Milky Way would still be larger than an entire continent. It's not crowded with stars as many illustrations suggest. In fact, the average distance between neighboring stars is measured in light years, not kilometers. This is why astronomers use an entirely different unit, the light year. A light year isn't a measure of time. It's the distance light travels in 1 year, about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Even moving at 300,000 kilometers every second, light still needs over 4 years to reach the nearest star beyond our sun, Proxima Centauri. That means every time you look at that star, you're seeing it as it was more than 4 years ago. Now expand that idea to the Milky Way. From one side of our galaxy to the other, light takes around 100,000 years to make the journey. If an advanced civilization on the opposite side somehow observed Earth today, they wouldn't see modern cities or satellites. They would see a world where early humans were still sharing the planet with Ice Age animals. A single galactic year is longer than the existence of humanity itself. And yet, astonishingly, the Milky Way is only one galaxy among trillions. 4. Beyond the Milky Way, the universe becomes almost impossible to imagine. The nearest large galaxy, Andromeda, lies about 2.5 million light years away. The light reaching us tonight left that galaxy before the first humans ever walked the Earth. When we observe Andromeda through a telescope, we're not seeing the galaxy as it exists today. We're seeing an ancient snapshot that has spent millions of years crossing the darkness of space. Now zoom out even farther. The deeper scientists look into space, the further back in time they travel. The most distant galaxies ever observed appear as they were shortly after the universe itself was born. Every improvement in our technology peels back another layer of cosmic history. Perhaps that's the most humbling realization of all. Everything humanity has ever built exists on one small planet orbiting one ordinary star inside one ordinary galaxy. Yet even from this tiny corner of the cosmos, we've managed to measure worlds we'll never visit, photograph galaxies billions of light years away, and piece together the history of a universe so vast, it continues to challenge the limits of human imagination. The true scale of space doesn't make us insignificant, it reminds us how extraordinary curiosity really is. Against impossible odds, a species living on a small blue planet learned to understand a universe that was never designed to fit inside the human mind. And maybe that's the greatest achievement of all. Thank you for watching. If this journey changed the way you see the night sky, remember that every star above you is more than a point of light, it's a message from the past, traveling across unimaginable distances to reach your eyes. The next time you look up, you'll know you're not just seeing space. You're witnessing the incredible scale of the universe itself.